Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of Cutter One. I'm your host, Jay Just Jay, your resident troublemaker and your resident culture warrior. And we made it, guys. It's Friday. It is Friday, and we have all survived, and we are once again on the cusp of another awesome weekend. I hope, at least for you guys. I hope it's going to be an awesome weekend for everybody. I hope whatever it is you have planned is fun and relaxing and peaceful and chill and whatever you got going on. I hope it plays out and have the best weekend ever. So yeah, we made it. So thank whatever deity you pray to, or if you don't, if it's Mother Nature or the cosmos or whatever, or just your inner self. Let's all be grateful. We just made it to Friday. All right. So let's get right to this article. And this one's coming to us from the good folks over at Bounding Into Comics. And I'm squarely putting this one into the fuck around and find out category. So check it out. Here we go. Amazon tries to spin The Lord of the Rings of Power's global success. Stranger Things and Ozark's domestic numbers demolish the narrative. All right. And this is from John Trent, and it's from earlier today. It says Amazon recently released their fourth quarter results for 2022 and used the opportunity in an attempt to tout the success of Lord of the Rings of Power. Just look at that picture there. Like, does anything about that say Lord of the Rings to you? Tolkien? Anything? Middle Earth? Anyway. As part of the press release from Amazon, the company stated, quote, Amazon attracted more than 100 million viewers worldwide to the first season of The Lord of the Rings of Power, making it the most watched Amazon original series in every region of the world, with more than 24 billion minutes streamed, and driving more Prime signups worldwide during its launch window than any previous Prime Video content, unquote. The company then touted the show's commitment to identity politics. Quote, Amazon Studios also announced the all-female slate of directors, Charlotte Brandstrom, Sana Hamri, and Louise Hooper, for Season 2 of The Lord of the Rings of Power, which is currently in production in the UK. And there we have Louise Hooper, for those of you who don't know. Okay. Get out of there. Interestingly, if this 24 billion minute stream number is true, it means the series is seeing much more watch time outside the United States than in it. Nielsen recently released their numbers for the top 15 streaming programs of 2022 in the United States, and The Rings of Power didn't even make the list. And there's the list. 2022 top 15 streaming programs, originals. And there you see Rings of Power at number 15 with 9.4 billion minutes viewed. Now, if you notice, it is the only single-digit number on this entire list of shows. Okay? All right. The series did eke into 15th place on Nielsen's top 15 original streaming programs for 2022. Interestingly, it was beat by The Boys, another Prime Video offering, which I already did a video on the other day. Not only did The Boys beat The Rings of Power, but it beat it by over 1 billion minutes watched. 2022 top 15 streaming programs overall. Rings of Power isn't even there. Actually, Amazon's not even there, to be honest with you. Wow. They got thoroughly beat. However, the 24 billion minutes watched mark is still paltry compared to the domestic watch time for a number of programs featured on Netflix, as the Nielsen chart for top 15 streaming programs overall showcases Stranger Things racked up 52 billion minutes watched in the United States alone. That's more than double all of the Rings of Power's watch time. Ozark also trounced Prime Video's global numbers by posting 31.3 billion minutes viewed just in the United States alone. In fact, The Rings of Power was also beat out by reruns of NCI, Grey's Anatomy, and Criminal Minds, which all had more than 24.9 billion minutes viewed each. Even Disney Plus's Encanto film or Encanto film, had more watch time than the entire 8-episode first season of The Rings of Power. And take a look at that picture, because that's probably why. As for Amazon's claim that the show drove the most Prime signups during its launch window, this appears to ignore the fact that the company was literally offering to give individuals in Brazil a food delivery service coupon for 30 reals at iFood if they signed up for Prime Video and watched the first episode of the show. YouTuber George the Giant Slayer explained, quote, "What it basically says, if you've never had a subscription to Amazon Prime, you go subscribe. And I'm not telling you, I'm just saying what they're saying. And then if you've never watched The Rings of Power and it's your very first watch, you're going to watch it, and then they're going to give you a serial number, and that's going to give you a coupon for 30 reals, which you can exchange for food from one app." And there's the George the Giant Slayer video right there. It's quite possible that the show didn't actually drive the signups, but the bribe of this significant food coupon drove more of the signups than the actual show. And Amazon is attempting to spin the show as the success when it's actually the food coupon. In fact, before the series released, a major report from Business Insider indicated that Amazon would resort to such tactics, with the report stating, quote, "Word from those who've seen episodes is positive, and several industry insiders predicted to Insider that Amazon will find a way, regardless of actual viewership, to sound the trumpets of victory," unquote. An anonymous insider described as a former senior Amazon Studios executive in the report also stated, quote, "The reason why it's going to succeed is because the executives at Amazon need it to succeed. If it doesn't succeed, there's going to be a big question from Amazon's chief executive officer, Andy Jassy, and the board." This alleged executive added, quote, "If we can't take this piece of IP and make it successful, why is Amazon Studios even here? It has to succeed. There's no option." Another insider indicated that the show has to outperform other Amazon Studios and Prime Video offerings, telling the outlet, quote, "If it's not the highest performing thing Amazon has ever done, it's a failure," unquote. This insider added the caveat, "But the outside world may not ever know." The same insider noted that people's jobs could be on the line if the series does not perform well, explaining to Business Insider, quote, "I think Amazon Studio chief Jennifer Salke's position there is very, very secure, but all the senior leaders are probably not sleeping well right now," unquote. "It's a high-stakes moment for them," the insider added. It'll be interesting to see if there will be any shakeups at Amazon, despite the company attempting to portray these paltry numbers in comparison to its competitors as a success. What do you make of Amazon trying to spin The Lord of the Rings of Power's anemic viewership as a success? No, it is what it is. You know, it's one of those things where, again, I'm putting this squarely in the category of, hey, Amazon, you fucked around and you found out, right? You knew what you were doing. There's all the indicators there that you knew what you were doing in terms of pushing away the built-in audience that Tolkien has, right? By not adhering to the lore, not adhering to the canon of what Tolkien had written. And I'm not saying you had to do it, adhere to every word. Obviously, Peter Jackson also made some changes, but again, Amazon, you decided to go create something original for a modern audience and modern sensibilities. Remember, you wanted to tell the story Tolkien never told, right? The book he never wrote. Well, you found out. The reason why he never wrote that book is because he knew nobody would want to fucking read it. And that's what you did. You guys made the Tolkien story nobody wanted. And you're finding out in your lackluster numbers. I mean, Jesus Christ, reruns of NCIS beat your entire season. Okay? Wednesday. The show Wednesday, with the dance craze, the dance craze thing. Wednesday beat your entire show. Okay. And you guys were the one, a year ago, everyone was saying your show was going to be the one that people would have to come close to even be considered a success. You guys dropped the ball. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. You know, you had every reason to come out ahead in this thing, and you just screwed it up. And you screwed the pooch, and like I said, you fucked around and you found out, because Tolkien fans, we're not going to put up with it. We're not other fandoms that will let you destroy the things we love. The beauty of this fandom is that they're not going down without a fight, right? So there you go, Amazon. Enjoy your spin as you try to make this into something positive. The other thing that doesn't even get mentioned is, if people remember, during the season finale of the Rings of Power, there was that whole thing where the ad kicked in, right? And it literally kicked you out of the show and played this ad, and if you stopped the ad, you had to go back into the show in order to boost the numbers, because that would count as 2 views, right, instead of 1. So the article and these numbers don't even take things like that into account. So when you combine all of this, the basic takeaway is that you came up short. Your show was the failure that you were saying it could not be. It was, and I, for one, am glad. I'm happy. So good on you, Amazon. I hope you learned your lesson, but we know you didn't. So you're gonna do the same thing with season 2, and we'll be here to laugh at you some more. So there you go, folks. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like the video, and if you feel like sharing the video, by all means do so, because it helps with the algorithm. It helps get us out there, helps get us seen, helps get more people joining the army of beautiful badasses. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I would hope that you would consider hitting that subscribe button. We tend to have a lot of fun. We're in this for the long haul. We are fans. This channel is by fans and for fans, and we're gonna draw our line in the sand, and we're not giving an inch. And the more Amazon wants to fuck around, the more they'll find out. Okay, so I hope you will consider joining us by hitting that subscribe button. If you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are part of the army of beautiful badasses. All right, just to let you know, it's Friday, which means that we will be doing our weekly live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Or in the middle of the freaking night for some of you. Anthony, I'm looking at you, bud. But yeah, so we'll be doing the live stream tomorrow. We're going to be probably watching more Tales of the Ring. Going over a couple of things. There's been no major updates, but some updates in terms of the book that Mrs. J is writing, that I've been helping with, the Knights of Temuin. So I'll have some kind of updates on that, because there's been some stuff that's happened throughout the week. Also some information on some other stuff. I'll wait till the live stream on Saturday. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you then. Remember to be good, be awesome, be safe, but more important than all of that, stay more dorkish. I'll see you later. Peace.